right? On think that nice? A whole lot of people up here, so Barrington flying, this plane that come to Jamaica, come go to things and crash. So Barrington make 2 flights, them fly Monday and them fly Tuesday. 2 big rascal cargo plane. All if you know, say, when we open the package, everything tampered, everything, what I do, what do we really deal with? We can't continue, so. We cannot continue like this. It's painful. Because we're up on the battlefield, I'm on even yam from man, I run up and down and I meet people left, right, and center to secure something for my nation. Right? Oh, if I not secure, it just hurt my feelings, the blood clot. I don't have no idea. I not talk the common people, I talk the thief, the money with them out at Norman man, the airport. Okay? Because when the cargo plane and they say it land, right? And the amount of things you're missing my people, it hurt me very fucking hard that you even blood clot. If you cut me, don't find a drop of blood.
Let me take time out just to indicate that there was an unfortunate post yesterday by a musician indicating that there were some wrongdoings in relation to the cargo that came for relief. While I welcome all efforts and attempts for persons to help in small, medium, and large ways, fact of the matter is that we must have an accountable system. And I want to publicly state today, without fear of contradiction, that I did an overnight investigation, including cameras and including the custom broker who handled the shipment. And I want to make it very clear that the shipment left the airport intact as it came, fully wrapped, and everything that was there left the airport in the custody of the charitable organization. It went to a warehouse in Spanish Town, which the government has no involvement in whatsoever. So as far as what we did in terms of making sure that the goods that were meant for the people, the poor suffering people, were delivered. And I want to thank all of the airport staff that continue to work so tirelessly under the worst strain and pressure to make sure that we manage all of these cargo flights in a smooth and efficient manner. I am the first one to say that it's not perfect because we are now overburdened with more flights than we normally expect. However, we are doing our best, and I'm going to ask for everybody to please just do what you are doing and do so in the best interest of the people of Jamaica.
Buju Banton, come here because me want know if I saw you salt. That so much aid coming at this country, so much plane coming at this country from so much countries across this world, and a year cargo. Then going how you so salt?
Let me make a statement before we get into this video. Mr. Vaz, Mr. Daryl Vaz, suggesting that Buju Banton link your phone privately rather than go to social media about public business, about a public facility that he spent his money to help the people of Jamaica seems unethical, seems shady, and it seems suspicious. And that is the least way to describe it. Now, I'm going to try to remain composed because I am utterly disgusted about this situation. So, I will remain calm and composed while delivering this report. What I have in my possession, which I will play for you, is a reply, part 2 of a reply from Daryl Vaz addressing the recent statements that Buju Banton made that there are items missing from his cargo that was sent to Jamaica to aid the people that has suffered drastically through Hurricane Melissa. All right? Now, Buju Banton said that he is upset and he has now seen where the people of Jamaica are suffering and he's trying to help, only to find out that there are items missing from his cargo that was sent to Jamaica.
When reggae legends aid to his own people and it vanishes into thin air, who do you believe? Right now in Jamaica, there is a war brewing that goes way deeper than missing barrels. Buju Banton, an icon, voice of the people, since aid after Hurricane Melissa destroys lives. But when those barrels land in Kingston items are gone, seals broken, a national hero accused of lying, a government minister calls out it absolute rubbish, and the diaspora is watching from abroad, is asking, if they'll steal from Buju, what chance do we have? This is not about one musician or one minister. This is about a system that's been bleeding the Caribbean dry for generations. And whether we're finally ready to demand better, buckle up. We are going to unpack all the sides of this mess. There are clips of Daryl Vaz. There is Buju Banton speaking, people supporting Daryl, people supporting Buju. Let us watch all these clips, and then I'll be back to discuss everything with you guys.
Buju Banton, come here, because me want know if I saw you salt that so much aid coming at this country, so much plane coming at this country from so much countries across this world, and a year cargo. Then going on, oh, you so salt. And I heard Minister Daryl Vaz coming out to say you guys know each other personally, and you could have reached out to him as somebody in top level leadership to look into this matter for you. But me, you know, in my mind, I just think that you just want to say something to make the government of Jamaica look bad. And you should also understand that it's not only going to let the government look bad, it's going to make the country look bad on a whole to international person who already grab up this story and run gone with it. International superstar things miss not airport. If you stop it, you know there are other ways that you could have dealt with this.
Employees of Jamaica Customs are some of the best paid workers on the government's payroll. Losing your $5 million a year salary because you wanted to steal food from the containers meant for hurricane victims is actually a very insane thing that I don't think anybody would risk. I didn't believe Buju Banton from the start, and I'm very happy that it has now been proven without a doubt that he was lying. They never stole any of those things. The footage as well as the manifesto has been released, and I just want to ask, what was the point of lying? Was it political? Was it because you were trying to seem like you were doing much more than you actually could afford? What was the point of lying on the customs agency? Was there a time where the customs agency would absolutely steal bigger ticket items? Yes, but those days are long gone, even before the Labour government. That's not custom agency of today. And coming on here to blame the hardworking men and women who work down by customs agency for whatever reason that you had was absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, and you should face a lot of backlash for that.
Do you agree with Buju or do you agree with Daryl Vaz? Was Buju right for going public, or is Daryl Vaz right for saying that he shouldn't have went public? Call you live. Good morning.
Yeah, them a thief out of the airport, me look for them white shirt, necktie, and them a thief.
Call you live. Good morning.
I think Buju is right going public. Yes, it caused some PR damage. Daryl Vaz doing PR damage right now, but he had to go public to let people know. Now them have to tighten up their game.
Buju right, and he should go in the studio and write 2 songs about that for his anger and frustration, so he can put them on the spot, you know?
All right, call you live. Right or wrong? Whose side are you on, Buju, or are you on Daryl Vaz's side?
I'm on the side of Buju because it's bringing highlight to a problem that's been going on for too many years, and it needs something to be done about it.
All right, whose side are you on, Daryl Vaz or Buju's? Talk to me, caller. Good morning.
Buju, bust it, Buju.
So yeah, to me say, I'm so disappointed, guys. Like, yeah, to me say, somebody like Buju Banton, a national icon from our country, is trying to help the victims of our country. And this is what the same people from our country are doing. The same people, them, our people, we not even care about our country and our people. We are trying to deprive our people of aid and support. People them don't want for no thief, and them come and no barrel can't come and things and thief out a barrel, you know. But in a time like this, the things that people have some kind of heart, some kind of consideration to say, oh no, not right, no. No, not in a time like this, when people are suffering, people need help. Imagine, you have people from other countries, all the way we are seeing things come. We are our country and our people that are directly affected. We don't give a shit. And some of them people that we are thief for the things them not even donate shit to the people who need it. That makes sense. Look how much foreigner come donate, and them same fucking people here I try to deprive the people them of this aid. Look how much people donate. Look how much people chip in. Look how much people from far, near and far. I hear them say take our own people for bring we down. Oh, this look. Oh, this look. Buju Banton is such an iconic person from our country. How this look. We look like a piece of shit. Like, you know, even in a time of crisis, we can't come together. We can't get our shit together. Corruption. I know people don't give a shit and I know them don't care. If 10 million barrels come even after this, them still have a teeth, but it don't look good. It's not a good look for a country. If you see somebody like Buju post them kind of news here, it don't look good. Port Authority of Jamaica, this not look good.
Daryl Vaz, good morning. Daryl Vaz, good morning. Daryl Vaz, let go the shirt them off of the people in Jamaica. Let go them shirt. Buju are no liar and Buju not tell no lie. You know how much we send barrel and things go Jamaica and then thief them out? Daryl Vaz. Who you man? White skin man. Walla una cause the corruption in Jamaica. Uno cause the corruption in Jamaica. Uno white skin people. Uno generation of viper. Uno cause the problem in Jamaica. But I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The people them vote you in. Because I saw enough Jamaican people stay. Them rather Uno. You're going to silence the man until the man say him shouldn't say it. Him shouldn't say it loud. Take a census and see how much away send stuff at Jamaica and he missing when he left Wharf or when he come through Wharf. What you mean, sir? What you mean? Me happy say Buju come talk because people like me who not listen to. And it's thousands away where I go through this a problem here. You think I know this You think I know this sir? Mister? Idiot? Clown? It's a vampire, yeah, man. Blood-sucking vampire in Jamaica. I suck the people them dry down there. But them too fool for know. So in them I suck them dry. Them too done. Some of them too dunce for know that. Daryl Vaz, if you can sit down somewhere, he's a wicked. You're a wicked man. You got to talk about you went and watch video. In a 24 hour, you have a response. Your feelings was hurt. Because Buju come out and tell the public and the world. So now wicked and thief and liar down there. And it start from the top. The stealing is coming from the top. A una thief. A una rob the Jamaican people them. Why the Jamaican people them must suffer so? Daryl Vaz go sit down somewhere before somebody come through. If you're blood-clad, blood-sucking vampire, you is Daryl Vaz. You're your family them.
Tell me something. Why is the default whenever you're trying to talk about accountability? Why is the default? It happens everywhere in the world. I cannot tell you how much discourse, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it. You see, the Buju Banton thing is setting the world on fire right now. Let me tell you that straight. But I'm hearing a lot of different arguments. I'm hearing a lot of people say, hey, the head is rotten. What do we expect of the tail? I'm hearing people say, why are you bringing it up? Not me per se. I'm saying I'm listening to people talking. Why are you bringing it up? It happens everywhere. My question to you is this. You see, and go back to my argument last night about it. When you have power in your hands, what do you do with the power, right? What kind of person would you be with the power in your hands? The fact of the matter is, you don't want to cry about corruption. You don't want to cry about corruption. But then when the discourse happens, you're getting angry and you're getting frustrated for people bringing it up. Why are you getting angry? Why does it feel so personal when people speak about corruption and injustice and inequity? You take it in your heart of, oh, it happens everywhere. That, let me teach you what that is called. That is called a lack of accountability and complicity. Complicity is when you see something happening and you let it happen and you make excuses. Nobody is attacking you unless it is that these are the behaviors that you would employ if you are in positions of power. You need to start asking yourself, why am I taking it personal? People talking about corruption. Why am I taking it personal? People saying that what happened with the Buju Banton thing is socially unacceptable. And I'm hearing people say, oh, we need verified channels. That is not accurate information. Listen, whether or not it is the truth, it is still a conversation that needs to be had. Most of the people I am speaking to internationally, that is the question them have. So, irregardless of whether or not Buju had said something, it would have been a conversation when it happened. But you, and I say you because you know who you are, want to defend, want to fight, want to defame and discredit. When the truth is the truth, yes, it happens everywhere, but it is a global problem. It is a global conversation. It is not specific to Jamaica. So the question is, what would you do when power is in your hands?
I'm taking a walk in the park this morning, but I wanted to address this thing with Buju Banton and the government of Jamaica and Daryl Vaz. Now, I'll be very brief. I do not have the evidence and I do not have the facts. And I love to see the trail, a chronological order of how things happen from the goods were put on the plane or the cargo, whether it was put on it or not, the manifesto, and go through it very meticulously. The one thing I can address is about how the Minister Vaz dealt with it. Right? Listen, nothing is wrong with anybody in Jamaica cussing peer cloth, vex and blah, 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 because of how certain things have been handled or how they believe they were being handled. Nothing is wrong with that. Can you imagine 1,000 people, 20,000 people getting up in Jamaica and actually complaining? Nothing is wrong with that. It is how the government, who should take the high road, handle it. Now, when I listened to how the Minister Vaz dealt with it, I said, you missed a trick. That's very arrogant, you know. You got to actually work with the people. You see, without talking about what he said, how I believe it should be handled, and of course that's just me, and I don't know what you think. What he should have said was something of that nature, like, listen, I've seen a video going around, it's not nice, don't like it, and it's shedding some negative things on the customs or whatever like that at this particular time. However, I've checked through a couple of things and it's not adding up. It doesn't look right. You know, I don't know. Something is not adding up. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to shut this thing down, I'm going to reach out to the person in question, which is Buju Banton, and have a conversation with him because he's got my number and everything. And I'm sort of disappointed he never reached out to me. But nevertheless, that's what I'm going to do. You know, bless him. And Jamaicans, we are here for you. We're here to support you and blah, blah, blah. Simple. Simple. Sometimes you can say a lot without saying a lot. And therefore, what the minister should have said was try to find a way of taking the high road. Because guess what? I know people talk about what Buju Banton say all the while. Everybody talk about it. So them miss things that custom and WAF and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, new. It's like one of those things we call Jamaica. It's an open secret, you know. This is nothing new. So therefore, take the high road. Look into the whole situation and see if you can take this moment of anger, this moment of annoyance by Buju Banton and try to make it good for the bigger picture, bigger Jamaica. That's what I say. What do you think about that? My name is Silver Sidio, taking a walk in the park. Boom. Yeah.
Let me make a statement before we get into this video. Mr. Vaz, Mr. Daryl Vaz, suggesting that Buju Banton link your phone privately rather than go to social media about public business, about a public facility that he spent his money to help the people of Jamaica seems unethical, seems shady, and it seems suspicious. And that is the least way to describe it. Now, I'm going to try to remain composed because I am utterly disgusted about this situation. So I will remain calm and composed while delivering this report. What I have in my possession, which I will play for you, is a reply, part 2 of a reply from Daryl Vaz addressing the recent statements that Buju Banton made that there are items missing from his cargo that was sent to Jamaica to aid the people that have suffered drastically through Hurricane Melissa. All right? Now, Buju Banton said that he is upset and he has now seen where the people of Jamaica are suffering and he's trying to help, only to find out that there are items missing from his cargo that was sent to Jamaica. Okay? Now, Daryl Vaz since replied, and he has replied again. I'm going to ask you this question. Do you now regret voting for the Jamaica Labour Party? If you have, I'm going to ask you the question again. Do you regret voting for the Jamaica Labour Party? That's what I'm asking you. Okay? Because why does it seem that persons who voice their opinions on social media or persons who seek to give their take on matters of the government, they take it the wrong way? Remember, it is your constitutional right to freedom of speech. So, before I play this phone, which I must say, it is utter disrespectful, but I'm about to play for you, and disgraceful of Daryl Vaz. And we will talk about it. Leave a like on the video, share the video, repost the video, follow the page, everyone. Here is where I stop speaking and listen to your government.
Absolute rubbish was posted, and I say so without fear of contradiction. And anybody who wants, come to me and I will give you the evidence. We will investigate any case and every case because we want transparency and accountability. What we don't want is mischief and nuisance, and that's what was posted last night. God bless Jamaica. Let me take time out just to indicate that there was an unfortunate post yesterday by a musician indicating that there were some wrongdoings in relation to the cargo that came for relief. While I welcome all efforts and attempts for persons to help in small, medium, and large ways, fact of the matter is that we must have an accountable system. And I want to publicly state today, without fear of contradiction, that I did an overnight investigation, including cameras and including the custom broker who handled the shipment. And I want to make it very clear that the shipment left the airport intact as it came, fully wrapped, and everything that was there left the airport in the custody of the charitable organization. It went to a warehouse in Spanish Town, which the government has no involvement in whatsoever. So as far as what we did in terms of making sure that the goods that were meant for the people, the poor suffering people, were delivered. And I want to thank all of the airport staff that continue to work so tirelessly under the worst strain and pressure to make sure that we manage all of these cargo flights in a smooth and efficient manner. I am the first one to say that it's not perfect because we are now overburdened with more flights than we normally expect. However, we are doing our best, and I'm going to ask for everybody to please just do what you are doing and do so in the best interest of the people of Jamaica.
No, I have only a few words after that. How dare you make a statement without even addressing Buju Banton's name, Mark Myrie? Who are you addressing as the musician? And why does it seem that this government is more concerned about what is being posted on social media than actual physical work? Okay? Now, how is it known? Because listen, let's not act like these situations are new. There has been reported cases since I was a child that things I get thief in a shipping. Accusations, that is. Allegedly, that cargoes, barrels, suitcases, packages contents of them has gone missing, allegedly, since I was a youth. What are we doing, Jamaica? What's your take? Leave a like on the video, share the video, more to come down, gonna so far.
What's good, family? Welcome back to the Bantu Merchant, where we break down the real stories shaping the African and Afro-Caribbean diaspora. If you're watching from London, Toronto, say New York, or anywhere else in between, you already know what happens back home affects all of us in the diaspora. So today we're going to be diving deep into the Buju Banton controversy that's got Jamaica in a chokehold right now. And I'm telling you, this story has everything: celebrity drama, government denial, diaspora frustration, and a question that cuts to the bone. Can we trust the very systems we are sending our money and resources through? Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below telling me where you're watching from. So guys, let us get into this thing. So here's what happened. Hurricane Melissa tears through Jamaica. Homes destroyed, communities flooded, people suffering. And like he's done his entire career, Buju Banton steps up, not with a tweet, not with thoughts and prayers, but with action. He organizes a cargo flight from South Florida to Norman Marley International Airport. We're talking about barrels packed with food, clothing, tops, cooking stoves, emergency supplies, even a Starlink internet device to help with communication. This man partnered with Captain Barrington Irving, got a whole operation moving and sent aid directly to the people who needed it the most. But when those barrels landed in Kingston, pure chaos. Buju posted a photo on social media, a barrel half empty, seals broken, items missing. He's furious. He says a stove is gone, the Starlink device vanished, and the shipment sat at the airport for over 7 hours before it was even cleared. And here's the kicker: Buju didn't just faint. He said this is part of a pattern, a system that's been robbing Jamaicans and the diaspora for years. Every barrel sent home with love tampered with, every suitcase packed with care rifled through. He framed it as a bigger than him, bigger than one shipment. He called out the whole damn system. Now, you'd think that government would say, yo, we hear you, let's investigate, let's make this right. But that is not the case here. Enters the Transport Minister, Daryl Vaz, and family. The tone of this response: chef's kiss of arrogance. Vaz doesn't even call Buju by name. He refers to him as a musician who posted absolute rubbish and caused mischief and nuisance. Let us sink in. The national icon trying to help his people gets called a nuisance. Vaz says they did an overnight investigation, checked the cameras, talked to the customs broker, and according to him, the shipment left the airport intact. Everything was sealed and dropped. No tampering, no theft, and get this, he says the cargo manifest never listed a stove or a Starlink device in the first place. He tells the public the government's job was just to get the cargo from the plane to the truck. After that, not the problem. It went to a warehouse in Spanish Town, and the government has no involvement whatsoever. Then he drops his gem. Buju should have called him privately instead of going on social media with public business, right? Pause for a second. You hear that? A public official telling a citizen to handle public corruption privately. That's not transparency. That's a cover-up dressed in a suit. Now, not everyone sided with Buju. Some Jamaicans came out, they were hard against him. They said, you're accusing hard-working customs, employees, theft. These people make 5 million Jamaican a year. You think they are risking their salary to steal a stove and some canned goods? You saw that clip. They pointed to the footage and the manifest as proof that Buju lied, and they asked the question, why would he do this? Was it political? Was he trying to make the government look bad right when international eyes are on Jamaica receiving aid from all over the world? Some even suggested Buju was grandstanding, trying to look like he sent more than he actually did, inflating his generosity for clout. And here's where it gets really messy. They argued that this false accusation doesn't just hurt the government, it hurts Jamaica. It makes the whole country look corrupt and incompetent on the world stage. International media picked this up immediately. Reggae star says aid stolen at Jamaican airport. That's the headline. These critics say Buju had connections. He could have called the minister. He could have handled this behind closed doors. Instead, he torched the country's reputation for what? Attention. To them, Buju is not a hero. He's reckless. But then you have the other side. And family, this is where the real fire is. The people defending Buju ain't just defending him. They are defending the truth. They say this man has been a voice for the voiceless his entire life. Why would he suddenly lie now? They point out that missing buried item is not new. It's an open secret in Jamaica. Everyone knows someone who sent a barrel home and it arrived late. Everyone heard the stories. Buju going public wasn't mischief. It was necessary. Because when regular Jamaicans complain, nobody listens. But when Buju Banton speaks, the world pays attention. He used his platform to force a conversation that needed to happen, that needed to be had. His supporters and his fans say the minister telling him to call privately is exactly the problem. That's how corruption stays hidden. That's how systems protect themselves. You want to handle theft privately. Not. That's not possible. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. And let's be real, if Buju didn't go public, would there have been an overnight investigation? Would cameras have been checked? Or will these have been swept under the rug like every other complaint from every other Jamaican trying to help? The people defending Buju see him as a whistleblower, someone willing to take the heat to expose a system that's been bleeding the diaspora dry for decades. Corruption doesn't embarrass Jamaica. Silence about corruption does. Freedom of speech is a constitutional right, and if a national icon can't speak on public corruption without being gaslit and dismissed, then what hope do regular citizens have? Here's what this whole saga reveals, my good people. This is not just about Buju Banton or Daryl Vaz. It's about trust. The Caribbean diaspora sends billions back home every year. Barrels, remittances, relief supplies. They do this out of love because no matter where they live, they never forget where they are coming from. But if they can't trust their help will reach the people who need it, if barrel gets looted, if aid gets stolen, if speaking up gets you labeled as a liar and a nuisance, then what's the point? This is about accountability. It is about a system that would rather attack the messenger than fix the message. It's about a government more worried about its image than its integrity. And here's the uncomfortable truth that I must tell you guys. When people say corruption happens everywhere, that's not wisdom. That's complicity. That's giving up. That's saying we don't deserve better. But guys, we do deserve better. Everyone deserves better. Jamaica deserves better. The diaspora deserves better. The people suffering after Hurricane Melissa, definitely, they deserve better. So why all this drama? So as usual, I know we need to come up with a solution. Will the government release the full manifest and footage publicly? Will Buju release his documentation? Will there be an independent audit? Will customs reform how they handle relief shipments? I don't know, but I'll tell you what I do know. This conversation is necessary. Whether every detail of Buju's claim is accurate or not, the feeling behind it, the frustration, the distrust, the exhaustion, that's real. And millions of people across the diaspora feel it too. We can't let this moment pass without demanding transparency, without pushing for systems that actually work, without holding our leaders accountable when they fail us. Because if we don't, then the next hurricane, the next crisis, the next barrel sent with love, it will end the same way. I'm the Bantu Merchant. This is the commentary for the diaspora. But the diaspora, if this video resonated with you, then kindly share it. Let's keep this conversation going on and keep it alive. And to everyone watching, whether you're Team Buju, Team Vaz, or just trying to make it to make sense of it all, remember this: the fight for accountability is not about being perfect. It is about refusing to accept corruption as normal. I want you guys to stay woke, stay engaged, and never stop demanding better. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.